All right, the countdown is continuing. 4 weeks to go, so much to do. Luggage is finally here. I'm gonna show you guys that in a little bit. The kids each have their own carry-on. I'm gonna talk a little bit about why we're just going for 2 weeks with just carry-on. I also have a bit of news about these very updates, so you're gonna wanna pay attention to that as well coming up. Let's get to it. All right, back in the studio. It was getting a little bit loud over at the airport, but as you can see, the luggage has arrived just like I told you to. So a couple of things about the baggage that you may want to know. And thing number one is why just carry-on and backpacks? And the reason is simple, it reduces cost. So to take a check bag to Jamaica, it's on WestJet anyway, it's about $35 per bag. So you can imagine that we'd be spending over $100 just to pack an actual suitcase. Number one, it teaches the kids some lessons about just taking what they need. So we're gonna be gone for about 10 days when we're in Jamaica. 5 of those are going to be at a hotel, and the rest of the time is going to be in Windsor Forest, where we're not gonna have a lot of those amenities. But we're gonna be able to do laundry when we're out there. And you can imagine that doing laundry for the 4 of us would be infinitely cheaper than bringing a whole nother suitcase worth of stuff, besides the weight and all that kind of stuff. So those are just some of the reasons why we're going with this. As you can see, every kid has a color-coded bag. So Jacob has the red, Sarah has the black, Isaac has green, I have white. Makes it super, super easy for us to know whose is whose and what is what. And quite frankly, as we move forward in this, as we go on with other trips, if we do need to get a larger suitcase, not a problem, it's very easy to do. But for a trip like this, I thought it was just easiest to start with the bare essentials and teach the kids to pack just what they need rather than packing every single little thing. And I think on a short trip like this, it should be an easy challenge for them to do. So, something I do have to note, that this is the beginning of the end for these updates, at least publicly. As you guys have seen, I've been doing these updates for a couple of months now, leading up to Jamaica, and I've been talking a lot about the triumphs and the things that we have been getting done going up to the trip, and I've hinted at some of the issues that I've had with co-parenting, having to go to court and stuff like that. But the truth is, I haven't been able to talk freely about those things. And I would love to be able to do that, especially for people who are dealing with their own co-parenting issues. People who would love to travel like this, but think that they can't do it because they might have a partner that's obstructing things or something along those lines. So in order for me to start talking a lot more freely about things, and in order for me to start really digging more into what we're actually doing behind the scenes, because let's be honest, Jamaica is the easy trip. The trips from now on are going to start getting harder. The next trip coming up is scheduled to be Cuba with me and Isaac once he's turned 18. That's going to be a little more difficult. After that, we're hoping to go to Japan and China. That's going to be really difficult amongst the trips that we want to do. I want to be able to talk completely freely about what I have to do to get these trips going, my triumphs, and also the things that aren't going so right, the difficulties, and I want to be able to be completely honest about those things. So after Jamaica and going forward, these updates are going to move over to my Patreon. Now, the good news is it is very inexpensive to join. For the first maybe month or two, these updates will still be at the free level. After that, they'll go to the paid tier from $5 up. And that's going to give me the opportunity and the freedom and the flexibility to speak completely, freely, and open without having to kind of fear the public aspects of having videos out there. So I hope that you guys will join us in the Patreon, patreon.com/thewandrcrew. I hope you guys will join for as little as $5 a month. We still have our flight crew level, again, for those who really believe in this mission. And this mission is not just about me, it's not just hey, I'm trying to take my kids on a vacation. What I want to do is I want to build a legacy for the kids. I want to build memories for them. I want to build those core memories for them that nobody can take away from them. And I want to show people how to do that. So many people never leave their home state or province. So many people never leave their home country. So I want to show that it's possible, and I want to show how it's done. I want to be able to be open and frank about it as well. So join us in the Patreon. Even if you can't, a like, a subscribe, those also help, and I appreciate them so much. As of filming this, we're so close to 400 subscribers, and we're going to be pushing on through to 500 and 1,000 and more as we build this, what is really becoming a documentary of the life that me and the kids are building post-separation. And I want to be able to share that fully. I want to be able to share that unencumbered. So the updates, like I said, are going to go to Patreon, but everything else is still going to be out here on the YouTube channel. Our $150 challenge is still going to be out here. Our travels are still going to be out here. All that kind of stuff is still going to be out here in public for you guys to see and for you guys to carry on and follow along with. So I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to everybody who has followed us from the beginning, especially people like Alicia, who has followed us from the beginning and is actually going to be guest hosting an episode of the Globetrotter's Guide when we come back. People like Curtis York, and check out his channel. He's been there with me since the beginning. The Allbaum lady as well. Kim, thank you for following. Solomon as well. I really thank you guys for following us right from the beginning, for encouraging us, for commenting, for liking, for all those things that have moved us forward. I really appreciate you guys. So I look forward to sharing more updates coming up to Jamaica and beyond. They will be within our Patreon, and I look forward to sharing far more frankly and far more freely with you guys there as well. Speaking of things that are coming up, we've got lots of content that's still coming up in the coming weeks before we go to Jamaica. We have got a Globetrotter Guide episode with fellow Canadians, Keith and Dev. That is coming up this Friday, July the 4th. I can't wait. They have been in Taiwan of late, and I just can't wait to catch up with them and talk about travel as Canadians. After that, we have our next $150 challenge, and we went to the dinosaur capital of the world, Drumheller, Alberta, Canada. And boy, there were some twists that day. We had a great time, and I don't mind telling you, veto cards were used twice. You do not want to miss this episode. In the meanwhile, we're also going to be filming our next $150 challenge at the Calgary Stampede. And if you have not heard of the Calgary Stampede yet, they call it the greatest outdoor show on earth for a reason. Look them up. I'll put a link in the comments so that you can check them out and see what kind of challenge it is going to be to only spend $150 while we're there on the Stampede grounds. It's going to be amazing. After that, we're going to start moving towards the Jamaica content. Finally, we're going to talk about what we're packing and why. We're going to talk about the gear that we're using. Okay, fine. The gear that I am using on the trip and will be using. And we're going to talk about what all that kind of stuff is, how we're getting it into here, if we have an easy time, if we have a hard time. We're going to be doing that as part of the Jamaica series. And then pretty soon, we're gonna be heading on those airplanes, getting out there and heading to Jamaica. I am so excited about all the stuff that is coming out. So again, I do wanna ask you, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe so that you know what's going on. And as always, until next time, keep exploring.